You ever leave a conversation feeling tired? Not physically tired, not socially tired, existentially tired. Like you just tried to explain something real, something layered, and the person just blinked at you like you're speaking some kind of ancient Sumerian. That's the tax of articulation. And most of you are dead broke. We live in what I call the age of signals. Everything is compressed. Headlines, tweets, reels, your attention span, your personality. It's all optimized for speed. You don't communicate ideas anymore, you transmit signals. W-tape, mid, cope. One word and then boom, your entire worldview. That's what sociologists call a restricted code. Fast, context dependent, tribal. It works because everyone in your little bubble already agrees on the assumptions. No definitions required, no nuance required, just vibes. Memes are restricted code. Catchphrases are restricted code. Half your damn personality, restricted code. It's efficient. It's also intellectually malnourished. Now here's the problem. Some of you, maybe unfortunately, don't just think in memes. You think in elaborated code, which means when you talk, you define your terms. You explain context, you anticipate counter-arguments, you try to make meaning clear even if the other person doesn't share your background. That's depth, that's philosophy, that's science, that's actual knowledge. And in this environment, man, that's social suicide. You try to explain something nuanced and suddenly you're overthinking it. Why are you writing an essay? It's not that deep. Pause. It is that deep. You're just allergic to depth. The system rewards immediacy, not profundity. If your idea doesn't fit into a caption, it's treated like it doesn't exist. The more precise you are, the more suspicious you become. Because clarity requires time, time requires attention, and attention is a currency that nobody wants to give up. So what happens? The people who care about conceptual clarity start self-censoring. They simplify, they shrink, they stand down their thoughts until they're smooth enough to scroll past. And that's the tax of articulation, the price you pay for refusing to compress your reality into a slogan. The biggest threat to your freedom isn't censorship, it's the erosion of your capacity to think in complete thoughts. When you stop practicing elaborated thinking, you lose the muscle. You become fluent in reaction, but illiterate in reasoning. And then you wonder why every debate just sounds like two NPCs spamming dialogue trees. Restricted code is powerful. It creates group cohesions, it makes decisions fast. But it leaves no room for doubt, no room for exploration, no room for rebuilding an idea from the ground up. It assumes. Elaborated code explains. An explanation is exhausting in a culture addicted to speed.
Oh my God, I'm going to lose. Please, me, I need this. My mom is kind of homeless. I live with my dad. I want to help her out.
Speed, I'm watching the stream while you try not to laugh, bro. That's disrespectful. Why would you, bro? Stop to me, bro.
Here's the irony. The people who are loudest, they're the most certain. The people who actually think, they're full of doubt. Because when you understand complexity, you see the edge cases, the exceptions, the variables. Confidence scales with ignorance. Depth scales with humility. So yeah, the intelligent often look hesitant, and the stupid are cocksure. That's not an insult, that's just physics. Behold, I have reduced geopolitics into a TikTok sound. So what do you do if you refuse to downgrade your mind? You adapt. Not by becoming shallow, but by becoming strategic. Code switch. Lead with the summary. Then, if someone's actually curious, go deeper. Think of it like bait. Give them the signal first, then offer the substance. Second, curate your audience. Not everyone deserves the full version of your thoughts. Some spaces are built for depth and others, they're built for noise. Choose accordingly. Third, explain the why. People tolerate complexity if they feel the relevance. Don't just present layered conclusions, show the path. And use analogies. Metaphor is the bridge between simple minds and complex reality. You don't dilute the idea, you translate it. There's a difference. Let's face it, the age of signals isn't going away anytime soon, but you don't have to let it flatten you. Conceptual clarity is still the engine of real understanding. It's how we grapple with difficult truths. It's how we build arguments that don't disintegrate once somebody disagrees. Yes, there's a social cost. You might be called pedantic, you might be labeled boring, you might even feel isolated. That friction is a price of depth in a world optimized for surface. But here's the real question. Do you want to be understood deeply by few or reacted to quickly by many? Because you don't get both for free. That's the tax. And whether you realize it or not, you're paying it every time you compress a thought you know deserved more air. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Drop a one-word comment. Make it efficient.